Hi and welcome to Phoenix Crypto. My name's Andy and welcome to another edition of Market Watch. So, I've been talking for a number of days now about this beautiful trend line just here, the one in white. And you can see we rejected here a few days ago. You can see that we've come very close here. We actually got it above it here, tested this other trend line, came back down, tried again. We came all the way back down to a level of support. We've had a nice pump today. In fact, got well above it. Thought we may have closed. It was looking pretty bullish. We've obviously retraced quite a bit reasonably quickly. And you can see now that we're going down slightly. And, that is looking with the red diamond on top, a little bearish. If I can just look at, and this is obviously based on the 4 hour, show this here, VWAP well below zero, red dot here, not confirmed. So we can see that in just over 3 hours. That will hopefully confirm, and that will give us a clear move down. And what I would expect to happen is that we form a nice tight trigger wave just here. Okay, there's a number of people I've seen commentating about Bitcoin, suggesting that we've now broken an important trend line and we can get above the trend line that I've been working to. We have not yet broken, and we have repeatedly tried and rejected from it. That said, the support around 56k has been very strong. It was strong over here and it was strong here. Okay, so this could be just a retest here, or we can see that actually this is just going to consolidate and then move up. I'm still reasonably bullish in terms of I think we can get past this. However, I have been talking for some time about this trend line here and the need to retest it. And obviously as time goes on, this trend line is moving up, so price doesn't have to go quite as far down in order to meet it. I would probably estimate, if we are to go down, and I'd like to see us do so, that if we could get to 52,500, I'd be very happy with that, and that would work out very well. And in fact, if we go to the bull market support band, which is a weekly view, you can see that 53k would be what we require in order to test the bull market support band. If I go to the hour, this in particular is looking very juicy for a move down. Nice trigger wave. VWAP's already dipped below, and I would be optimistic that we might have a further dip. And you can see these trend lines here. We might just form a nice trigger wave just there. If I look at Ethereum, that's had quite a good time. So I'm unsure at what point I entered a trade and confirmed out to my group, but I've certainly been in this trade $4,116. So I entered around here, and I've been there. That is quite a move. So to the wick 15%, almost 16, to where the candle is now 12. So that has been a very nice move. I think when I noticed my trade topping out at around 1300%. So not a bad effort, absolutely at all. So that has been excellent. Looking at this now, where would I expect us to fall back to? If we are it would be here. I think there is actually a level of support in and around where we're sat right now. So it's really just a case of whether we have sufficient downward momentum to take us down. And I would probably expect that we do. So if I go back to, so Ethereum is looking a little different, no red dot, but the VWAP is looking down. You can see the money flow starting to really increase now, really increase. And you can see a nice trend, you know, here. You know, I don't think it's a problem for us to come down, and hopefully we would then have a bigger move up. Okay, I think for Ethereum, I think we'd be very close. If we did that, I think we'd be very close to getting a new all-time high. I don't think we are really that close for Bitcoin. If I just go back to Bitcoin, you know, we're obviously nowhere near an all-time high at 57k. But if I go to the 4 hour, you know, that looks ripe to come down. That really does. If I'm just going to have a look at a quick scan at a few other coins. Cardano currently rejecting again off this line. It's tried really hard to get above it. You know, I've just closed my short on Cardano in anticipation of a move down. However, you know, I think overall on the daily, and I'd say the same for Bitcoin, we are looking quite good. Cardano in particular is particularly money flow, particularly red, and I'm very much looking, and I think that's often a good sign of when to buy, is when other people are trying to get out. You know, that can be a good, but in all fairness, I don't think there is really sufficient signs that we're going to have a big move up for Cardano. I think what has motivated my entry is that I think we are ridiculously undervalued for Cardano, which I still stand by, and I think the second is that as the whole market moves, I think Cardano will get taken with it. It's still a top 20 coin. So I think it will move, and I think it's very undervalued. If I look at Sol's not doing too bad. Again, we're just over here. If we reject, we can have a big move down. Not suggesting quite to that level, but certainly a move down. I would expect this to act as strong support. It is possible that we might find some support here. About 170, that would be positive. In fact, I might even just draw that in, because I think that will be a positive move and quite a decent length, decent amount of support. If I go to Litecoin, rejected off this trend line again. Currently sat here, well, just sat just above this level of support. Would like to see it get above it to really confirm our bullish bias. If it comes down, Litecoin's got quite a lot of support. It's an old coin. It's got quite a lot of support in and around this range here. So, you know, it might only go down to mid 180s. That was maybe what I would be expecting. I think, again, macro level, I am fairly confident. You know, I am fairly confident that we will get above it. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but we're getting very close, very close. An XRP, I actually got out of my XRP trade yesterday for no particular reason other than I wanted to hedge against my open positions, my long positions with a short position. But you can see another rejection off here. DBSI is looking particularly strong though, you know, and I think we'll get there. But again, a bit like Cardano, I think XRP very undervalued at the moment. So I think if you want a swing trade, you know, where you're going to leave it open for a couple of weeks, 3 to 5 leverage, 3 to 5x, maybe 10 if you're a risk taker, I think Litecoin, Cardano, XRP, not bad bets right now, because I do think they are undervalued. Ethereum is not particularly undervalued, but what I would turn and say about Ethereum is that it is particularly strong. I think it's particularly strong. If I just go back to Bitcoin, the scenario that I'm really looking at then is whether we come down. Okay, so if I was to turn on some support and resistance lines, you know, this would be my first take profit. This would be my second. I would probably take 30% off here, 30% out of it here, probably let the rest run to see if we come down. Make sure you move your stop loss to entry. I think that's a good trade. Really want to see that confirm. I think getting a trigger wave here would be no bad thing, and I think that would give a really good confidence that we can get above, you know. But we've seen here, you know, when we dropped, yes, well, probably just looking at time, probably about 15 hours ago, we dropped here, and you know, a lot of people were thinking that was it, that this was going to be the big rejection. I actually missed a short opportunity because, well, I was sleeping. It was after midnight for me when it really took off, and when I woke up, I didn't feel like I needed to get back into. I needed to get out my long and get into a short. I lost a little bit of profit, made it back up again over here, and in fact actually made a bit more, but I didn't feel that we were coming down. So there is a possibility that we just consolidate here and then have another go. Perfectly possible. But you know, I'm not against seeing us come down and retest this line. So I think it's a decision point for Bitcoin of how it gets over this. I've seen a lot of people talk around, we've already broken a trend line, not broken the one that I think matters, you know, and the one that I've been tracking. I think if we can get over into this space, we'll feel a lot more bullish about going up, a lot more bullish. I think the only concern is the 2 week. If I just take off these support and resistance lines, because they do, you know, and that red dot here, we've got a clear divergence, you know, will that play out? Possibly not. And I think that is the only thing that I would possibly say. It is perfectly possible within the next 5 days for that to completely invalidate and actually go green. Perfectly possible. If we do, then I think we're looking at some all-time highs. If we don't, and this confirms, then we could have a couple of weeks of bearish action, you know, or at least consolidation, you know, and we can see here there's strong support, you know, and I'd say there's also some psychological support of 50k as well, so perfectly possible. That would be my only nervousness. I would turn around and say, going back to price action, it would be very, very bullish to see that retest here. And at the moment, again, if I just take these off, you can see some auto trend lines that have drawn, and they've drawn this in a channel. So you can see we're getting towards the top of that channel, and we've got to break out of it, because the danger is we just, you know, we keep on heading further down. At some point we are going to break out of it. I think we're close, I really do. It's just whether we need another retest or not, you know, possibly not, but certainly in the short-term time frames, 1 to 4 hours, it's looking a bit bearish, like we might come down, but that could be just a consolidation. If I was to look at a 6 hour, you know, still looking very strong. VWAP coming up, green dot, not confirmed. You know, nothing here. is showing 8 hour. Yes, the VWAP's coming down, but you know, that's it. No red dot. But at the same point, you know, if we did get one, we wouldn't be shocked, you know, would not be shocked. There's no also reason why it can't do this, you know, bounce off the 0 line, or we dip down below very briefly and come back up again, right? So it doesn't have to be this huge, you know, dip, you know, at all. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I think we are in a decision point. I think we've got this crucial moment to get above this trend line just here. I can see this candle has gone green to red. You can see this level of support and resistance in this liquidity zone here. That is going to provide a bit of a challenge for Bitcoin, and I think we're going to see and really test whether it's got the right strength or not. I think once the 4 hour confirms, and if we do keep that red dot, then, you know, that might be confirmation of a move down. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like the content, press the like button, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and you can join my Discord community, which has got the link on the screen. Thank you very much.